Never settle. If there's one thing you do in life, you stay in motion. Never stop moving. You never stop searching, you know. So what you'd want to do realistically is come up with a goal. I want to be a millionaire. Break that down into subsets, starting from the root. What is your field or division going to be? The grind. Where do you start? Maybe your own business, clothing business. You look at it, all right, what type of clothes do I want to get into? Do I want to get into dress wear, urban wear? Find that niche, that market. Start there. Start looking into the trends that are going on, what people are wearing for that type of clothing currently. Like if it's dress wear, people like their stuff tapered now. So, what would be the most comfortable fabric I can get? Start there. Then you move up. Once you dial that in, what you're making exactly, but never settle. That goes for everything in life. Even if you were to get married today, that doesn't mean, all right, you got married, go have kids. What do you want your family to look like? Keep on creating more goals. Family vacations, a house, a mansion, but keep on going. If you have a partner that likes to settle, you have to push them. You have to let them know what type of mindset, lifestyle you're living. Because that would easily cause for misalignment. If they're not doing anything, although you can try your hardest to move around, eventually that will fatigue you. You'll see them not doing anything. You'll be exhausted. Two players are better than one. And that mental exhaustion can also lead to burnout. So be careful with that. Even for yourself, if you're on an individual mission right now, make sure that you allow yourself time to rest. Physically, you want to go to sleep. Or even if you're awake and you're on your off time, do some research, but don't just stop moving. You have to stay in motion. Once you stop your motion, you're then settling, which is awful. You never want to settle in life. Think about that picture a lot. The mine, the two people were digging, and one of them is right there. He's gonna get the diamonds, but he stops digging. The other one is far away, and he keeps on digging. He's gonna get to that treasure, those diamonds. And that goes for everyday life. Maybe you're trying to get a job, but the hunt was just too much for you. You just stopped. You're fatigued. But that other person, they're ambitious. They're going. They're grinding. They don't care how long it's gonna take. It could be game 7, game 19. They're in there every game playing like it's still game 1. So you have to have that mindset and know life will keep on going. Time is gonna keep on ticking. Whether you move or you don't, the clock is still rolling. And you, as an individual, have to know I'm never stopping. Even when I reach that first goal, that first million, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's when the game actually starts. When you hit that tip of the iceberg, when you finally hit that million, let's say, finally branch out your clothing business, finally get the job you want, that's day 1. That should be enough motivation to make you want to go even harder, not settle, which most people do. All right, I'm a millionaire now. Once you spend that first dollar, you're a thousandaire again. 100,000 if you want to be literal. But you're no longer a millionaire once you spend that first dollar. You're back in the 100,000s. So you have to keep on pushing constantly. And knowing that you have somewhere where there's constant progression. Or if not, you make it. Maybe there's other players, there are other competition, but you have to know there's always a goal, something to push towards, and if not, you force one. And if not, you're gonna look at all those negative things. Oh, but I'm gonna be the first millionaire in my family, that's enough. Why not make other millionaires in your family? You see, so it's all about perspective. A lot of life relies on perspective. And especially the things you're around, you wanna be careful when you're grinding. That you have people around you that are aligned, at least the people you're close to, the people you spend the most time around. And if not, then sometimes you have to troop it out. Sucks, but if the people around you can't support, then what are they around for? And a lot of young people today too, it's sad, but they get these entry positions or entry goals, and that's enough. You know, our economy's only getting worse. Inflation's only going up. The minimum wage now will not be any, I mean, it's not anything now, because the cost of living is as high as it's ever been for us, at least. It's hard to live. Gas is going up. So just being at the entry level won't cut it. You have to keep on grinding, keep on pushing, and understand those severities of life, knowing that things will get worse, so you have to be much better. And it's okay, whatever factors you're against, anything negative, you use that as your motivation. There's a lot of crazy players in this game. They're much more experienced. Maybe there's something I could take from them, finesse it into my own character, so I could be like them, get to where they're at, and then supersede them. But you have to know, again, never settling, always looking for more. You never stop searching. The search will never end. You just have to keep that in your mind, keep it ingrained. And again, what are you stopping for? Where are you? Have you even peaked? What about history? I mean, you could be the first whatever, but never stop searching, never settle. Now, I'll leave you with this question. Maybe you can answer down below. Why would you stop searching?